All right. Oh, let me get this straight. Hey, guys. It is the Keto King here. What is going on? I am just doing a quick live stream here. I want to just catch up with you guys, chat for a bit, also give you a couple updates, and to make you very excited for my next video that is upcoming. That is a great video. I should be releasing it. I think I just did a video on Facebook. I don't know if it worked on Instagram, but I gave a quick update on those two, saying that I have a new video that I've already edited, just doing a bunch of the post-production work on that. There's a lot of work behind the scenes that goes on to actually get the video up, and that should be up this weekend. So super excited about that, and you guys should be too. It is seriously a phenomenal recipe, gonna blow your minds, and super excited to share it with you. So make sure you guys are subscribed, and of course turn on that notification bell, because that allows YouTube to notify you when I actually upload a video on the channel. And also apparently you have to go somewhere in your settings on your phone and change the notification settings so YouTube can actually give you a notification. So, whoops, sorry about that. I think it just reconnected because I touched something. Hey Lynn, thanks for joining. Yeah, so that's going to be an exciting video. I also like to just chat because obviously I like to catch up with you guys. Hey Deb, I love the bread also. Awesome. Yeah, bread recipes seem to be winners here, so I'm going to try and focus a bit more on that in upcoming videos. And I also like to connect with you guys because there's a lot of times in the videos that I forget to tell you things, and I really want to just get out there. And of course also just want to connect with you guys because I obviously don't upload videos maybe as frequently as other YouTubers do. That's because I'm not a damn YouTuber. I'm just a regular guy like you, or girl like you, who, yeah, just doing a keto lifestyle and passionate about providing these keto recipes to people and making their keto lifestyle easier and more sustainable. Oh, Deb, thank you for sharing the recipes with many people. That's awesome. That's the best way you can say thank you to me, so thank you for sharing that. Yeah, so I like to connect like this from time to time because it's a pretty easy way for me to do this. So if you're on here and you're watching, hey, shoot a little comment on there. They pop up on the screen there so I can read it on the side and see, and I'll answer the questions, or just say, hey, give you a shout out if I see you commenting. So that'll be great. A couple of things I do forget to mention often is the description box. So the description box, I always say, check the description box for macros and for links and all of that. So a couple of things that go with that. One is I always put the full macros in the description box. So that's the calories, the carbs, the fats, the fiber, the net carbs. I do that. It's time consuming. So I'd be devastated that you guys didn't know it was there. So it's in the description box of the recipe videos, the keto recipe videos. If you don't know how to find that, please do send me a message. I'll let you know how to find it, because I have got a few questions saying, well, where the heck is this damn description box? It's just below the video, but it's different whether you're on a computer or on a mobile. So give me a shout and I'm happy to direct you there, because also in the description box is some cool links. So if I've got any nice links that I can share with you to save you some money on some products, also to my free ebook, there's always a link down there as well, so you can click on that and download the free ebook, which is also great. Let's see some comments here. Made even hot dog and hamburger buns. Great tasting bread. That's awesome. Yeah, it's such a good recipe. Love the bread. I tried your recipes. And someone said, trying the recipes today. Awesome. Let me know how it goes. Yeah, always comment on those videos. When you do make it, shoot me a comment. I love hearing from you guys, especially love hearing when, you know, that you're excited and thrilled, because this is something you can add to your keto arsenal, right? That's the point of doing all of this. Yeah. Reading some of the comments here. Unfortunately, there are no description box options for watching on set-top boxes. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Is that like one of those boxes you put on to your TV and then you watch it through your TV? Is that what a set-top box is? Am I dating myself? Am I looking like an old man that I don't know what a set-top box is? Yeah, okay, that's interesting. So yeah, then you'd have to jump onto a computer or a mobile phone and jump on YouTube and go and take a look at the description box. Roku, Apple TV, Fire Sticks. Okay, interesting. Yeah, yeah, that sucks, Joan. But Yeah, there are other ways you can access it. Just jump, as I say, jump on a PC or something like that, and you can check it out there. Because everyone wants to know what the macros are, and I even break down the macros for the full recipe, and then the macros per serving, so you know, for instance, if it's the bread recipe, what macros are per slice of bread, which is always really helpful, right? Yeah, Joe, always have your phone. There we go. You can just pop in it on your phone. Pretty easy to get hold of it, to access that description box. Of course, as I just briefly touched on earlier, we've got that free ebook as well. So it's just got the 7 best bread recipes out there. That is getting a bit dated now because I did that a few years ago. And of course, I've got some more recent bread recipes on my channel. Some actually pretty phenomenal ones. So if you haven't checked that out, make sure to go and browse those on my channel. I've also got playlists on my channel which categorize videos into different categories or descriptions. So we've got bread recipes, dinner recipes, dessert recipes, those types of things. So check those out. It's a pretty handy way of exploring through all the videos because I've got a ton of videos on my channel now. I think it's 80, 90, 100 videos. So yeah, that's a helpful way. Oh, hey, from Mexico City. Pretty cool. How you doing? Back to what I was saying about the 7 best bread and bun recipes out there. I'm going to update that one sometime soon. I just obviously got to get time to do it. I've just finished shooting a video now, which is why I thought I'd just jump on and chat to you guys. Got to finish editing the previous one. Well, finishing editing and doing the post-production work on the previous one. So as you can see, it's just a continuous cycle, and there is a lot of work that is being done, so it's hard. I can't get around to everything. Because as I said, I work a full-time job. I work 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. I've got a little child. He's turning 3 next month, a little boy. And, he's a lot of work as well. So I don't have a ton of free time. Trying to get out as much and as often as possible for you guys. But don't hate me and still love me if it's been a while since I've uploaded a video or connected on Facebook or on YouTube or whatever it is. So I'm going to update that book, and what I'll do is I'll fire that out to anyone who has actually downloaded that book. Once I do update it, I'll just send you an email automatically. You don't need to request it, and I'll say, hey, here's the updated book. So I'm excited to try and get around to getting that book updated, which is pretty fun. Of course, I also have a book that I wrote called Getting Started with Keto. It's a book primarily aimed at those somewhat new to keto, but it's really not just for that. If you're, being in keto for a long time, I think you'd still find this book beneficial. It really also has a bit of my story and where I came from. So that's helpful there. It's got some of the recipes in that book from my YouTube channel as well. And I did pour a lot of love into that book, so I think you guys will enjoy it. I think it's only $3.86 now that it's being sold for. So yeah, after this one, I can put some links down below to where you can get that if you're interested. Again, not a huge bank breaker, but I'd appreciate the support, and I think you would love it, especially if you have questions and you're pretty new to keto. I think you'd find that book pretty beneficial. So those are things that I don't get to say in videos because otherwise the videos get far too long and then no one watches them, and that's no good, right? Yeah, so shoot me some comments there. I saw a couple other ones here. Let's see. Still not sold on using sugar to feed the yeast. Would like to see some research on how much is needed. Being a former diabetic, I tend to be more concerned than low carbers than do just for fitting macros. Yeah, so that's a good video. I've done a video. It's called Is Honey Keto? Or please look it up on my channel. Again, I'll try and put a link to it. Hopefully I remember to put all these links down in the description box for this one. Go watch that video. It actually explains exactly why the honey is used and why I think it's fine to use that honey on a keto lifestyle. Please watch that. It really does get my point across, but I'll try and summarize it here. So obviously that honey is needed to activate or react with the yeast to create those bubbles, which creates the rise in the bread. That's what you need. Firstly, we're using in that recipe, that bread recipe, 1 teaspoon of sugar. It's such a small amount. I mean, it's 5-6 grams of carbs, and that's going to be spread over the entire loaf if you consume that. But you don't, because the yeast actually consumes the honey, so therefore it's a moot point because you're not actually consuming, you're not getting the glycemic effect from that honey or the sugar, right? So you're not consuming it. The macros for that bread do include the honey as if you did consume it, even though you don't. So I view keto as a metabolic state because that's what it is. being in ketosis is a metabolic state. It's not a list of ingredients that you can or cannot eat. So if you're eating a food item that maintains you in that metabolic state, or helps you get into a metabolic state, that is keto to me, regardless of whatever ingredients are in that food. You have to look at that food as a whole, in totality, and look at the macros, especially per serving of what you're eating, and seeing whether that's going to maintain you in that metabolic state of ketosis. So that's where I come from, but watch that video. It's also pretty funny. Well, you may find it funny, and you may see me dressed up as a lady in that video. So go check it out. It's called Is Honey Keto? It's on my channel. I think you might enjoy that one. Let's check some more comments here. I'm diabetic and a teaspoon of honey does not spike my blood. Well, there we go. Yeah, so there's some confirmation from someone else. Is there anything I can substitute for the vital wheat gluten, as I'm gluten intolerant, but would love to make this bread? Who's that? Peach? Yeah, so unfortunately for that recipe, the vital wheat gluten is the key to it. It's what gives it that bread, that normal store-bought bread texture. There's nothing you can sub for that vital wheat gluten. I do have a lot of other bread recipes on my channel, so please go check that out. Again, it's in the bread recipes playlist. Go look at that. There's a lot of non-gluten or gluten-free bread recipes. In fact, almost all of them are gluten-free, so go check them out. The one that I would recommend you check out, if anyone, is it's called keto bread, the only keto bread you'll ever need. That one's awesome. That's gluten-free, and I would highly recommend you make that one. I hope that helps. Let's see here. Jennifer says, Joe, I checked my sugar before I ate bread, and 1 hour later, it only went up 4 points. I am a diabetic. Thanks, Jennifer. That's great info, and I've had really a ton of comments from people who did all those readings with the breads, and they said similar things. It either increased the blood sugar levels by a very small amount or not at all. So yeah, that's also backs up what my point of view is with respect to that bread and the honey and those types of things. Daniel says, instead of wheat, coconut flour. I don't know if you can make that sub. That's probably not going to work in that recipe. I mean, and again, it's not wheat, it's the vital wheat gluten. It's the gluten from the wheat, but that sub won't work, unfortunately. Let's see what else is here. Thanks, guys, for these questions. It's so awesome. I love it. Okay, probably ingredient using your Deb. Let's see what else. Yeah, and so Deb said, oh, her carb manager said that the macros were slightly different from the one that I did. Now I'm just using the macros based on the ingredients that I've got and the macros that are on the back of those packages. Obviously, some of the ingredients vary slightly, so you may get some differences in the macros. Those macros I provide should give you a general ballpark figure on what the macros should be for those keto ingredients. Rios from Ireland, yeah, how are you doing? That's awesome. And yeah, so those macros, you know, there may be some small inconsistencies, but I think as a whole, those things are right. And they're right based on the ingredients that I use and the macros that I submitted for each of those ingredients. And I use MyFitnessPal for that. So yeah, it may be a little different. I always encourage you guys to do it yourself, but I do provide those macros in the description box just to please you guys, make it easier for you, and make it easier for you to know what you're eating and what you're putting in your mouth, so you can make sure you guys stay on track and keep it keto, right? Because that's the goal. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Okay. Yeah, so hello from Keto Mama. Hey, didn't let me down, Keto Mama. You're the best. Thank you so much. I'm assuming YouTube notifies you when I'm live, and then you can log in. Thank you, Keto Mama. Always appreciate your support and you guys hanging out. So shoot me some questions, guys. I'll be here for another maybe 5 minutes or so, and I can answer some of your questions for you that you have. Or just, if it's not a question, just say something. That'll be great. Let me know where you're from. It always blows my mind, the diverse audience that I have. Hey, on that note, let me tell you something else I've got. So I get a ton of questions on my YouTube channel saying, well, I can't find this ingredient. I cannot find this ingredient. You know, where can I get it? So from the YouTube statistics, the majority of my audience is from the USA, Canada, where I live, excuse me, and from the UK. That's the 3 primary regions. Of course, there's a bunch of other ones. Here's Missouri, Keto Mama, nice. And so what I've done is I have created 3 separate, they're called shops, but I'm not selling it. It's just a keto, it's on Amazon where you can go there and it has all of the ingredients that I use in most of my recipes. Now I've broken them down into a bread recipe, ingredient list, and then all the other stuff like my equipment and all of that stuff. So I'm updating the description box of the videos and I'm putting in those links so you can click on your link. So if you're in the US, click on the Amazon US link. If you're in Canada, Amazon Canada, and of course in the UK, Amazon UK. And then you can see what ingredients and where you can get them from Amazon. Because a lot of people say, I can't get oat fiber, I can't get vital wheat gluten. And so it's a nice, easy resource for you guys to be able to access that. So take a look at that in the description box of the videos. I'm updating that as well. Daniel says, what is your favorite sweetener? Good question. Very good question. My favorite sweetener is erythritol now. So erythritol is a sugar alcohol. So it has little to no glycemic effect on your body. So therefore, which is why when we calculate net carbs, we go total carbs minus fiber minus sugar alcohols, because all we're concerned about are the carbs that are having a glycemic effect on our body, right? So I like erythritol. It's pretty similar tasting to sugar. However, it's only 70% sweetness of sugar. So you sometimes have to use a little bit more than typically what you would use if you were putting sugar in there. I used to use xylitol a lot, but then I saw a couple, articles, a couple of videos saying that xylitol actually possibly increases your glycemic response a little bit. So I've sort of moved away from xylitol and now using erythritol almost exclusively for my recipes. I don't mind stevia. Stevia is not a bad choice. Obviously, stevia itself is exceptionally sweet. I think it's something like 1,000 times sweeter than actual sugar. So it's always mixed with something. So you got to be careful with the stevia products. The stevia is usually mixed with erythritol or any other sugar alcohol, but sometimes it's mixed with horrible things like maltodextrin, which is worse for you from a glycemic point of view than sugar. So they go and put stevia in there and then they mix it with maltodextrin, which is just going to shoot your glycemic levels through the roof, which is ridiculous. So, and you got to be careful because the marketing is quite deceptive. I've also got a video on that. It's called Stevia in the Raw. You need to be careful of that product. So I have a video on that. Again, you can search my channel for that Stevia in the Raw video. I think this titled, Do Not Eat Stevia Until You've Watched This Video. So yeah. Malitol is another terrible sweetener. Yeah, I think that's malitol is another sugar alcohol, I think it is. But I've heard a lot of people have digestive issues with malitol, so you got to be careful with that, right? You can't eat too much of it, otherwise you're gonna be in the toilet. That's not fun. Same thing with other sugar alcohols. Some people don't tolerate sugar alcohols very well, even erythritol and xylitol. So you just got to be careful, test them out. Not be careful, just test them out and see how you and your body reacts to them. All right, guys, I'm going to call this one a day. Thank you so much for everyone joining me. It's been a lot of fun. If you enjoyed these, do me a favor, shoot a comment down in the comments box, in the comment section, and let me know if you enjoyed these because I can do these more. These are easy for me to do, very little effort, time, commitment. So let me know, and I'll do that from you. Hey, you're from a small town in Ontario. Amazon.ca is best place to get ingredients. Yeah, Amazon's awesome. I use it all the time. It's so good. Okay, thanks guys. Yeah, thanks for joining and have a fantastic weekend. And of course, guys, keep it keto. Okay, now I just got to figure out how to end this video. I think I've got to turn it this way. There we go.